Hello everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings here. No carbs today, no carbs yesterday, day before, I can't remember. Day before that I did have carbs, I did a carb up. And I've got plans for a lot of videos, except I've been busy between school and working out, so I actually haven't had time for videos. But this one, I just have to bring you because it blows my mind so much. It's just mind-blowing how stupid and petty and crazy people are, and that you're always naive to think that you're with people who aren't so stupid, petty, and crazy. And it's sad that even medical students are like this. So, I'll tell you a story. Yesterday, well, let's give background to the story. There are two students who are sick, who are constantly coughing, who are reasonably sick, like, pretty sick. They're not dying, but they're pretty sick. Both of them often wear masks. But ironically, when they get sick, they don't wear masks. I'm not someone to wear a mask. It's crazy to be afraid of everything. Now, if I know somebody is sick, then perhaps I'll put a mask on. If they're just normal sick, I'm probably not going to. If they have something that really concerns me, perhaps I will. But first thing that got me is how these people think it's important to wear a mask, just not when they're sick. And I actually went up to one of them and I said, hey, that was really nice. I know you like wearing a mask all the time, and you've told me how you're really afraid about getting sick. So why aren't you wearing one right now that you're sick? Do you only care about yourself and not everyone else? I can't blame anyone for only caring about themselves, but yeah, it got to me. And he's like, no, it's not like that. It's just too hard for me to wear a mask. I left it at that. I wasn't too concerned that I'm gonna get incredibly sick and die from him. But I wanted to say something, because it just bothers me when people are so concerned with wearing a mask and not getting sick, and then when they get sick, the mask comes off. Oh, and so that's just a little background. But then the other day, we're in class. We had a previous class in which they closed all the windows, it got hot and stuffy inside, they're coughing and everything. Then we get to the next class and there was like a window open a bit. No, I think it started off with 2 windows open. Can't remember if it was a girl who wasn't sick or one of the sick guys goes and closes one of the windows, and I can't remember for sure if she closed the other one or not. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I think it was also closed, because then someone else went and opened it a little bit. And then this one girl goes and closes it again, and one of the sick guys says, like, I'm freezing, we need to keep the windows closed. And little bit of time goes by, and the professor's speaking, so I wasn't going to speak randomly in class. I texted him, you know, if you're that cold, you can always go home and be warm, so that we're not all trapped in here with sick people with all the doors and windows closed. He didn't like that text message, and he said, like, you can't tell me what to do. Well, I wasn't telling him what to do, I said, you can. You can't tell me what to do, think for yourself. Or act for yourself. Oh, it's on my phone, which is right there. So I go and I open the window. And he goes, we'll see what happens. So I'm like, we'll see what happens? I walk back and I open it all the way. Because like, hey, I'm being nice. I just opened it a crack to get some fresh air. And now you're gonna like yell at me? We'll see what happens? So I open it all the way. And that created yelling match between, not between me. Like, I just said, hey, it doesn't make any sense to have multiple sick people in here with all the doors and windows closed. And then all the other students start yelling at each other, and one girl says that we need to keep the windows closed or else she's gonna get sick. So there's multiple sick people in this pretty small classroom, coughing, doors and windows are closed, and she's afraid that if we open the window, she's gonna get sick because she has allergies. There's no leaves on the trees. It's not allergy season, and even if you have allergies, it's probably better to have a little bit of allergies than to be with sick people and no fresh air. But the really crazy part about all this is not even exactly what went on about window being open or closed. It's that I would prefer to have it open so there's some fresh air, but at the end of the day, it's not that important. I'm not that afraid I'm gonna get sick. And on their end, it's not cold outside, like at all now. So the window being open a little bit isn't gonna make you freeze to death, so it's not that important. And these people, like, you would think that something big happened. One of the guys that's sick actually went to the head of our program to complain that we wanted the window open. Yeah, goes to the head of the program to talk about how he's cold and sick and that we need to keep the windows closed because of that. Yeah, and then apparently other students went to go talk about it, and when they went to go talk about it, he was there again. I don't remember if they said with other students, now complaining that I threatened him, which that part bothers me, because that's a serious accusation for anyone to make that somebody threatened you. So I don't know exactly what he said, because it never occurred to me to complain to the head of the department about a window being open or closed. But yeah, apparently opening the window is a threat. I'm not sure how. Yeah, can you believe that these are people who are going to go on to work as doctors, literally yelling at each other in class over a window and going to the head of the program to talk about a window? And the one sick guy is like neutral, but this other, the sick guy that I'd been talking about mostly, and this girl with the allergies to the good, clean, warm air that we have now, they will not talk to me now, and they angrily stare at me. It's like, how entitled are you to get so mad that somebody opened a window when the majority of the students want some fresh air and it's not cold outside? And it's absolutely insane. Like, no matter what rationale you try to use, like, let's use the rationale of, oh, someone said we need to make compromises. So 30% of the students, or 30% of the students want the windows all closed because they are cold or allergic to the air. 70% of the students want some fresh air. So apparently the compromise is to keep all of the windows closed and only do what that 30% of the students want. Of course, the cold student can't put his jacket on. The cold student who's also sick can't stay home while he's sick. Yeah, apparently we should all do exactly as they demand, and if we don't, it just blows my mind how entitled, childlike, and just absolutely insane it is to like literally start yelling and anger looking and going to head of department over a window. Like, if you're really that sick, that the window being open a little bit with warm enough air now that you don't need to wear a jacket. If you're really that sick, maybe you shouldn't come to class. But according to him and the girl with the allergies to the non-allergenic air, he's not contagious. So that's why it doesn't matter. Does that make you comfortable knowing that you might go to a doctor someday who starts screaming about a window being open a crack, who brings it to the person in charge of a whole medical program because he's not getting his way with every window being closed completely? That scares me. I would never want to go to a doctor with that low of a level of maturity and that high of a level of craziness and entitlement. And think of the girl who was more afraid of allergies than two sick people coughing next to her. And she's gonna go work as a doctor. Do you trust that person with your health? I don't. And I also happen to know, to be completely honest, that she is nearly retarded. Like, she does not understand anything about anything. I've always known that most people who work as doctors are incredibly stupid and horrible doctors. Like, they're not doctors, they're people that harm people or neglect people. But I even gave them too much credit. Being in medical school now, I realize just how stupid and pathetic they are, sadly. It's absolutely amazing. And these same people who apparently care about health eat cookies and drink soda all day long